is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Rob, it's Alex Weber, and
You want me to say my name? I thought you were going to say.
you're in the
okay.
headphones, and it's
Yeah,
Jordan
exactly.
Kahana, and
Yeah.
we're starting to record the podcast. I know you're such a sleepy boy, but if you want to hop on,
The sleepiest.
I'm not
We're
gonna
20
shame
minutes
ya.
past when we said we were going to do this. This is
It
his
is
second
20
time.
past. This is the second time this has happened. We love you, man.
Welcome back.
Okay, I'll go. Intro us.
Welcome back to the Tightest Little Boys podcast, hosted by Rob Moore, Jordan Kahana, and Alex Weber. Just kidding. It's still single. We're your homies. We're still single. Happy Thursday to our listeners, because this comes out on Thursdays, and we're back with another episode 21. Guys, it's getting cold out.
Dude, our episodes can drink now.
Yeah, our episodes can party. How fun.
You guys can still party. You guys are you don't drink alcohol. That's all.
I had a non-alcoholic beer last night. It was delicious, but it doesn't get you drunk. It just kind of
it makes me think of Wolf of Wall Street, where
yeah.
Jonah Hill goes over and he's like, "What are you drinking?" He's like, "O'Doul's." He's like, "What is that?" It's like, it's non-alcoholic beer. And he's like, "Okay, cool. So you drink a bunch of them, and then it ultimately gets you messed." Yeah. He's like, "No,
man." He's like, "Wait, what the fuck? Why would you do that?"
He's like, "You want to go in the house and do lines of baby powder or something like that?"
Yeah. I ordered a non-alcoholic beer when I was in Chicago for a festival, and I was sitting next to one of my parents' friends, Ron, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing that for?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sober. I'm almost 2 years sober." He's like, "Okay." He did not. He was nice about it, but he was just not there was no bonding over the sobriety.
Yeah.
There's no follow-up questions or
he's just
anything
like, "Yeah,
that.
okay. That's cool. My parents used to drink." Or that's what he said. I'm like, all right. So Alex is reporting live from the year 2042. He's in the future.
It's sick.
He's got just for our listeners, he's got this blue light background. He's wearing a hoodie with a jacket, and he literally looks like if the Bourne Identity took place in 2042.
Yeah.
You look like Jason Bourne. I mean, it's a compliment. You look like Damon.
Inside of a blueberry.
Yeah, inside of a blueberry. Tell us where you are. What's going on?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm South Austin. I'm now, I think tonight's gonna be the first night that I actually sleep in this place.
Nice.
It is a nice, I feel like I was saying to the guys, I feel like I'm taking in so many things in my life, really actually just from a personal logistics land of my car, moving to a new place. I feel like I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So I am going forward, but I'm for instance, and part of it is a good reflection to me. Last night I went and I bought a table off Facebook Marketplace.
Nice.
I fucking love Facebook Marketplace. Also, all's fair in love, war, and Facebook Marketplace.
True.
It is savage. You'll make plans with someone and they're like, "I sold it for someone 10 minutes ago." And you're like, "I'm here. I'm in your driveway." And people will ghost you. It's savage out there.
They gave me $67. You just offered me $65.
Uh-huh.
And you meet these people and you're it's kind of oddly intimate. You're at their home and you're thanks for not thinking that I'm a killer. You please not be a killer. Anywho, I picked up the table last night and I put it the wood is off shades. Then this morning I went and picked up another because I'm an addict and I'm I need to make this right now. So now I got 2 coffee tables and I got to sell one. And these are all they're all going to work out, but 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Sometimes I do that when my brain is I'm moving a little too fast. I almost feel I'm running out of my shoes and I'm trying to problem solve a little bit too fast. And then I create more problems in that 100%, problem solving. Dude. I have the right intention. I'm trying to solve problems, but somehow I'm just creating chaos. I don't know.
I think moving too fast is definitely right. Like I noticed in my own life, I'd have this speed. This is important. And this might hit for someone. Like I would have this speed, but I was like, I'm just comfortable in this speed, but it's not actually being more effective. Like I would just rush when I would make stuff in my kitchen. I'd rush pouring things and I would often spill. And then I'd have to clean up the spill, which took 3 times as long than if I just poured something. But I think it's me having like a slight addiction to chaos and not, and feeling like if everything is in order, I don't know, like maybe it can't be, or I'd be bored. I don't know. I'm working on it.
Resonates so much.
Yeah.
It resonates so much.
Same.
Anytime I'm like, whoa, this is a season of calm or a season of quiet, I'm like, when is the storm going to start? And how do I light the fire?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what that is. Maybe it comes back to like childhood trauma or just like the way I was raised. But yeah, I think it's
traumies. We want to share some traumies.
I do like talking about keeping things in chaos because I agree. Like I go from traveling all the time and my days being chaotic day after day after day and craving routine. And then after a while, like a shorter period of time of just being like, okay, I need to change things up. Things need to be different. This is too mundane for me almost. And it makes me think of, I love going into art supply stores. I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before. And
no.
And I remember, I love it. It's just like, and I remember this is when I was talking to a coffee shop girl and I was like, why do I love going to art supply stores? And she's really big into art too. And she goes, because it's a world of chaos that's aesthetically pleasing. And I was like, put that on my tombstone. I resonate with that so much that it's just like, I love, like my world is just full of chaos. And hearing you talk about like doing things inefficiently, but you just like going that speed is almost comforting to hear, going back to like me making sandwiches the way that I do is just kind of like,
yeah,
it's just like, oh, it's great. I'm not the only person whose brain works like this.
Sometimes I have to go so far where like I'll have some dishes in my sink and I'm like, I don't want to do the dishes. And then I'm like, but Robbie, you got to do the dishes because it's your kitchen. And I set a timer to time myself. And I'll be like, hey, Google, set a 2-minute timer. And I see how many dishes I can bang out in 2 minutes. And it kind of like plays a trick on my mind where I'm like, dude, you can focus for 2 minutes and like not pick up your phone or not like get derailed. And that sometimes helps. But Jay, where in the world are you, my friend?
I'm in Denver. I'm at my place. It snowed the last 2 days. It's quite cold. We're at 20 degrees outside. Quite frigid. Have not been having the best workouts this week either, which isn't helpful to the general. Like I go to the gym.
TikTok would say otherwise, my friend.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. It's not performing well at all. Neither of those, despite, having one get 1 million views the other day. And then the two after, I can't even break like 100 views in 2 hours for some reason, but
the algorithm, man,
that's okay. I'm having fun with it. I definitely debated posting both of those, but I think it was more for comedy than for thirst trappiness, thankfully, but it involved those elements. I'm doing good. I'm figuring out holiday plans for Thanksgiving. I was supposed to go to Mexico and then that fell through. And so,
you're not going anymore?
I'm not going anymore. No, that got confirmed yesterday.
Want to come to Oaxaca?
Maybe we could talk about that now that opens up.
Our live recording is in Oaxaca.
Ooh.
We have a fan base of 2 people.
Ooh, that'd be so good.
Yeah, it's just 2 people that don't speak any English. It's like a mom and a son, and she's like,
they misunderstood what it was.
Thought it was like an open air market. And they're just there.
And us 3 are like, love's hard.
Yeah. Dios mío, love's hard.
I through our discussions, I tested out Locks Club.
Nice.
And
that's a dating app for our listeners.
It's a dating app, but and because I was intrigued because Rob said he got connected with someone who lives in a different city. often how I date is people in different cities. So I was like, cool, let me explore this. And I didn't love it. I did the 3-day free trial, and then I was like, this was fun. I'm out. I thought my mom would probably be very encouraged that it sides on the more Jewish side of dating, and she's
Definitely.
always very eager to me to do that. But it just felt weird intentionally dating people from a different state. I don't know. I know that sounds counterintuitive to like the stories that I've told and the people that I connect with through like social media and dating through like TikTok and Instagram, because it does end up me connecting with people from different places. But there was just something inauthentic that was like, that said because they're not based in Denver yet also. So I had to say my location was based in California. And I was like, to connect with someone. And also, surprisingly enough, this is also why I'm feeling just generally off. I didn't get a single match the 3 days that I was on.
Yeah, but you were new. You were fresh in the algorithm, dude.
So shouldn't that have pushed me a little? I know I go back and forth thinking that, because I told you, yeah.
Who knows what the algorithm is like except for future Alex from 2042?
It is nice.
That feels like more like the Oaxaca character than anything. But that's me. That's my update. Life's good. Just trying to stay warm, trying to get as much as I can.
Ooh, love it.
I spoke with my therapist earlier today,
Sick.
and we talked about how the seasonal depression is hitting me a little bit more than it usually does. So I purchased a light box. So I'll keep you guys
nice.
posted on how that goes. Everyone keeps saying that. There's a positive reaction around
I
that.
bought a light box when I was living in Chicago in my 20s, and it did not help, but the idea of it helped.
Okay.
Like, it just felt like it was like like wearing your seatbelt sort of, or just like, you know, well, seatbelts actually do help, but like it was almost like
a security blanket.
Security blanket, just like what is it when you take a pill but it's not actually the medicine?
Yeah,
A placebo.
Jordan,
It felt a little
Colorado's
placebo.
got good sun.
They do. It's a sunny day out right now. It's really great. I think my apartment just doesn't get a lot of natural light.
Yeah,
And I just think like it's 2:30 right now and the sun is setting. And that's for everyone. I'm not the only one experiencing like daylight saving, so I get that. It's just I'm just getting hit by it a little bit,
What if
differently
you were the
this
only
time.
person?
That would be a little nutty. That'd be unfortunate. Like asking everyone is like, the sun's setting at like 4:30, and everyone's like, what are you talking
Would
about?
that be a good movie? It's just not that dramatic. A guy whose day ends a little bit earlier.
I think it could be funny.
All right,
Rob, you're in charge of that one.
No, I think it could be really interesting. I would, he's just got like melancholy all the time because the sun sets at 2:00. I mean, there's places in the world where like there isn't sunlight, right? Like isn't,
I think like
or there's
Sweden.
No, there's the northern hemisphere that the sun never sets. I don't think that there's a place where there's ever no sun,
got
because
it.
there has to be life, like sun and all that provides life.
Got it. We love life.
Life junkies.
I guess my update is, so I was traveling for 2 film festivals. And then I've had this like week home, and now I'm going to be traveling again for Thanksgiving. And I've noticed that I love traveling. Like I really love traveling. I think it's so much fun. I have like a pep in my step. I feel very confident going up to strangers and making friends and just like filling my day, which is, I like spent my birthday in New York, and we recorded a podcast on that day, but there was definitely like, I almost slipped into like, I'm alone and I don't have a girlfriend on my birthday kind of mentality, or like I'm, the loneliness kind of set in. And I've noticed that in this season of life, I'm just trying to like embrace the loneliness and be like, all right, dude, like you're feeling lonely for an hour. Like it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, now just kind of getting ready for a trip with my daughter and a lot of family time. I'm gonna be home for 6 nights, which feels like a lot of nights. Feels like too many nights.
Do they listen to the podcast, or
do they listen to the podcast? My mom does. She wouldn't be upset about that. I've realized that like a 4-night max is
Mhm.
the right amount. So 6 nights it's a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Don't you feel that way going home, Alex?
I mean,
Like with
mine
spending
is
time with
just a
family?
little, and mom and dad, thanks for listening. Appreciate the support. I think I really love my family and I love seeing them. Over the last years, real like, ugh, is that I feel like there's these separate pods, and there's like, there's like my brother's family, and then there's like my mom and sister, and then there's like my dad. And I feel like trying to balance going and spending time with those three pods when they all end up being pretty independent. I just feel like I just have this like the entire time I'm there, I have like an underlying feeling of like sickness, like of guilt, or like I'm letting someone down, or I'm spending too much time with this person. I'm trying to, and as much as I've tried to embrace this notion of like, I'm going to do the best that I can and people are going to feel how they're going to feel, it's still just in me too much that I care about how they feel. So I don't know. I need to learn this lesson though, because I'm going to go home. I'm not going home for Thanksgiving, but I'm going to go home for Christmas for like a week. And I remember the last time I went back, which was like over the summer, I was like, future Alex, which now I'm in it. 2042, Born Identity. I remember being like, make a schedule, send it to them in advance. This is who you're going to be with on each day, which is
I
not
like
my
that.
nature. But anyways, that's it. I am excited to see them, but I do feel that way.
I can really resonate with that guilt, man. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners can too. Like the holidays are weird. It is this expectation of like who's gonna see everybody. It's interesting in your family dynamic because I know your brother and sister and mom and dad, like, there isn't that expectation on your sister or your brother to be like
Right.
pod hopping, but it falls on your shoulders to be the one that like touches everybody. Like you're almost the peacekeeper without being the peacekeeper.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of like, that's just your family dynamic and you can't really fight it. But just know that like that guilt you're feeling it's not created by you. Like you're not doing anything wrong.
Appreciate that. Can't be drunk for it either.
Oh my God. I know.
How is that being new to a city and not you, because you bring up a lot like fairly often about you, it's almost like you miss it.
Drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, more than anything in the world, Ron. But that is important. Like, I need to clarify that. I don't actually, I definitely romanticize the idea, but I am aware that like, yes, there was good times with it. It's such a relationship. It's an ex. Yes, there was great times. There's also really shitty times, I think for me, it's just that those activities where drinking is kind of like the pillar. If it's like going to a bar or like,
Yeah.
even like, I mean, guess going to music, I'd be more down with, and comedy, but my motivation like tonight on a Friday to like go check out a new part of the city and like bounce around the different places. Honestly, that sounds terrible to me. I have zero desire to do any of that. If drinking were in, I'd probably have a bit more of a desire, because then it's just a little bit more, you're engaging in those things. But I'm okay with it. Like I'm just, I'm at a place in my life where it's like I put some pressure on myself because I'm like, oh, don't be boring. But I'm also at a place where it's like, I'm not boring. I do fun things. I like what I do. And when I'm not doing those things that I like this, or like speaking, or like the men's work, or seeing good people, I don't want to do anything. I want to like chill. I don't want to go and wrestle traffic to go get drunk till 1 a.m. and eat a burrito and do something stupid.
You're not missing anything. Rob, can you speak on this too? Because I know you mentioned this was like early on in your stage with it of being concerned about being boring, or like that you're still fun, and like the importance of, because honestly, being hungover or drinking, like, and having like, it's I don't know.
Here's where I'm at with it. Drinking is fun. I'm not going to just sugarcoat and be like drinking was not fun, or when I was drinking I didn't enjoy drinking. I did enjoy drinking. I enjoyed it too much, and that's why I had to stop. So I don't want to be like, yeah, man, the sober lifestyle is like, it's way more fun. Like we fucking hang loose, bro. Like it's fun, dude, being sober. It's a challenge. It's a daily, practice, sobriety. And I would just say that I had some insecurity when I was newly sober because I kind of did it the wrong way. Like they suggest in the program, like not dating for the first year of sobriety. And I was like in a relationship when I got sober. So I was kind of bouncing. I was like navigating my ex's
What's
feelings.
the thought process around that? Why do they say that?
I think it's because you're literally relearning how to live without alcohol. Like when you're in Alcoholics Anonymous, or you have like a dependency on a substance, or even a dependency on sex, it's like if you remove that from your life, you have to retrain your mind to be able to function without it. So I think it's just, time and time again, they suggest that 1 year of not dating because so many messy relationships happen in that first year of sobriety because life itself is messy. Because it's
can't wait for none of us or any of our listeners to do that.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I mean, look, we're heading into the holidays right now. I think Halloween kind of kicked things off in terms of like think about Halloween 2 years ago. The three of us were together. I got so fucking drunk, and then I like drove home, and it was just like, that's terrifying. Like I never
You slept for a little bit before you did that.
I did sleep for a little bit on somebody's lawn furniture. And I never want to do that again. I don't want to risk my life. I don't want to there's so much more to lose than to gain from me personally drinking. I'm not saying everybody, it's just me personally. So now like I'm heading into the holidays, and like my parents have like Coronas in their fridge, it's and I'm like, ooh, that would be nice, but it just doesn't work for me. So whoever's like cold Coronas.
Jordan, how do you handle it? Well, because you're we're
but Jordan has a different mind than us.
I know that. Yeah. I know that. Must be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think this goes into what I presented for what we can talk about today is just like taking it one day at a time in the process. Yeah. So much of what we want right now is like immediate gratification. And I don't know, this week kind of went like, we're recording this on a Friday. And so this week kind of like flew past, and every night I was like, all right, I have my whiteboard up of the things that I need to do. I'm like cleaning, I'm getting organized. I like bought a shoe rack. I like threw out a bunch of stuff, put a bunch of stuff in storage, like all this kind of stuff of like, I'm going to be better about being organized and doing this. And still I like couldn't get motivated. I couldn't get inspired to like push myself over the edge. And every night as I'm getting into bed being like, okay, another night. Well, let's get this tomorrow. Let's get it tomorrow. And then like Tuesday comes and I'm getting back into bed. Like there was one point too, I think it was either Sunday night I think it was Sunday. I was like, I'm going to get to bed early. We're going to get Monday off. Awesome. And with this daylight savings, like it was like, cool. It got dark at around 5:00 and I'm like, all right, I'll go to bed at 9:30. And I'm like, let me take the pups out really quickly. Let me see what time it is. And it was 11:30 at night. And I was like, where did my evening go? Like I didn't do anything all night. Like I was just watching some TV and I made some dinner and like did a little work, but like nothing crazy. And so just the process of working on yourself and working on the things that you want to have takes time. And I think the things that I see on the internet that talk about it is that it's just showing up every day. It's not every day is 100% and you're the best ever. Like it's just showing up for yourself every single day. And I know Alex, and Rob, you guys are talking about like the ups and downs and seeing a cold Corona or being at a wedding and everyone having fun or like trying to explore a new city, but you're showing up every day for yourself because in the long run, it's better. And honestly, like the windows of time where I like consistently don't have alcohol, and even now at this point, even when I do, like I always say the best thing is waking up not hungover and having an amazing day. Like nothing's worse is like it derails you for a day and a half.
I appreciate you saying this, and I want to like open it up. I'm trying to think of the listener, like, maybe you don't have and obviously we're not like a sobriety podcast, but Rob and I are sober. Sup. And Jordan,
Shots.
what'd you say?
Who's ripping shots at the live show with me? Let's do this.
But
My
like
drinking fam.
But dude, you don't even really like, I mean, you do, but like you've always, like, you can say no to a drink, and you're like, I feel like you've always had a good balance with it. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get stupid sometimes and hungover and all that, but
also it's not that I could also say no. I think the difference, and Rob brought this up a few times in the podcast, where it's just like, if I say yes to a drink, I can nurse one beer, as opposed to you guys are like, let's drink 8 of these and then find an after part. That's, I think, the difference more so, like, because you guys can always say no of being like, hey, I have a work thing tomorrow or whatever. But that's, I think, where the difference was of like,
we've got one speed. Yeah. We've got one speed.
The chaos speed.
The chaos speed.
Dude, Jordan, that's what I don't miss, is that was real chaos.
Yeah, that was real chaos. Yeah. And you're just like pouring gasoline on the fire of chaos with the booze.
I'm trying to, like, if I'm just broadening this out to people listening, like, because you might be like, all right, guys, I'm cool with alcohol. I have a wine and I watch it. I mean, you might not be cool with it. You might have I know many people, women and men, who would like, it was under the guise of professional or self-care. But it's like, no, you pounded a bottle of wine 4 nights out of this week. And I'm not here to tell you to do or not do anything, because maybe your thing is like, I know one thing of like, I keep looking at my phone right when I wake up, and I'm like, dude, you gotta stop doing this. Like there's 2 things I do when I wake up. I either literally say positive affirmations, pray to God, and am grateful for life. Or I look at my phone and I go down a scroll hole of everyone else in the world doing madness, from crazy politics to people doing better to me, to people like, find my OnlyFans. It's madness. So, you know what I'm saying? So my point is like, we're all human. We all do these things. It's just trying to figure out, like, what are the things that we do that actually don't help us?
Well, I mean, these social media apps are designed for dopamine hits. Like, it's the same thing as smoking crack. It's literally hitting your brain with dopamine, and then you see it and you get addicted to it because it is this immediate release of dopamine. And I do the same thing, and then I'll like open up dating apps. I remember, Alex, a while ago, you're like, yeah, the dating apps were like part of my daily routine. I'd open up a social media app, I'd open up my mail app, and then I'd check my dating apps. And I'm like, I'm kind of doing that too. But again, that's a dopamine hit. That's me. Anytime I have a match or I have a new message from a cute girl, it's like, dopamine, sick, like ego, boost. And I don't know, I'd say the only thing that is helping me, not the only thing, but one of the things in my practice that I'm enjoying is like going to the gym, exercising, which is something you guys, both of you, have always done. And I've kind of looked up to you guys. And that has helped me, break some cycles. But Jordan, when you were talking, it made me think, okay, it's like 20 degrees in Denver. And historically, let's think about like winter. Like right now, we are in the throes of fall transitioning into winter. It is getting cold everywhere. And historically, winter has been this time for survival. It hasn't been this time to thrive. It's been a time to just make it through. And it's interesting that we live in this culture where it's like, you got to always be thriving. Every day's got to be 110%, or you're a fucking loser and you're wasting your life. And it's just like, can we just get through the day? Like, can we just survive a 20-degree? Like, if I thought about my life existing where I was in 20-degree weather every day, I would literally have panic attacks because the weather fucks me up.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I just heard you saying that. It's like, you got your whiteboard. It's okay. Maybe you have a down week. It's okay. Like, just survive the winter. That's what we used to do.
It's so true. Hold on, let me There it is. I'm like moving around so much. I'm a tight little boy today. My hip hurts so much, and I'm sitting on the floor because that feels the best. And I unplugged my light. But yeah, I think like it's so crazy too because this happens to, like, it's just this patience and this process because still at the end of the day, like I got a job offer this afternoon before this, like whether or not I take it is like a different thing, but it's just like, man, I'm having such an off week. And here I'm presented out of the blue of like, hey, you'll be a perfect fit for this role. And it's like, damn, that could be super fun. And okay, maybe I'm not at like, it's okay. I do agree so much because social media and the way that it's presented is like the Gary V's and all these other people that are like, you're grinding. You got to grind. You have to have a side hustle, and your side hustle needs a side hustle. And you need to have 4 different incomes. And if you're not, check out this new house that I just bought. And you're like, how are you affording all this stuff? And it's we're at such a weird point of like, keeping up with the Joneses with everyone.
Yeah. I also think just because I'm in history mode, there was always the rich guy in town too. Like if you think historically of like the monarchy or the kings and queens and the peasants, and like there's always been this grandiosity of wealth. And wealth is always looked really special and made people look better than or more special. Now we just see it on a volume level that is like insane. Like we see so many people's highlight reels and everybody looks rich, whether it's rich in money or rich in fitness or rich in women or rich in creativity. I mean, I get so much jealousy when I see like a director or an actor like post their deadline article being like, I just booked an HBO series. And I'm like, that sounds so fucking cool. Like I want that.
Does Deadline do ones for, look at Zeus?
He's just chilling. Yeah.
Does Deadline do ones for shorts, dude? Winning festivals?
That's the thing. It's like optically they do. And the short has been doing really well in festivals. And it's like, I'm doing the same fucking thing. I posted this morning 2 red carpet pictures of me being like, I'm so cool. Look at me. I'm so cool. I have white shoes.
They do look good.
Thanks. So yeah, so the process, Thanksgiving. This episode's coming out on Thanksgiving. So like
nice.
That's going to be
Thanksgiving's next week.
Yeah. What's your guys' go-to Thanksgiving meal? Like, what do you look forward to? I know Weber's going to say some kind of melon.
It's got to be some fruit. I think the turkey's overrated, honestly. I like the mashed potatoes. I'm going to a couple friends' givings, so I'm going to make some green bean casserole for that.
Nice.
That's high on my like list. My mom makes the best sweet potato pie, so throwing that in there. Yeah, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, sweet potato pie. The sides are the best, easily.
Sides are definitely the best.
I love mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes is a good one.
You like stuffing?
I was gonna say cranberry sauce. I genuinely love cranberry sauce, and I didn't because that's a fruit, but it's phenomenal. A good cranberry sauce.
How do you eat the cranberry sauce? Do you eat it plain or do you put it?
Is it the jarred one where you have to like cut it up?
The cranberry sauce is a garnish.
No,
it's not a main dish.
You gotta go. So I will have a bowl. Mashed potatoes are great. Mashed potatoes are great.
No. Don't deflect. Tell us your cranberry sauce routine if you can.
People either make it in a jar or in a can, and it's like a preserve, and you slice it. That's kind of not my thing. But the cranberry like jam, that one sauce is so good. And I agree, turkey is like overrated, but you put anything in that, you're great.
He's a cranberry sauce guy. All right. I love pecan pie.
Oh, good answer.
So into pecan pie on Thanksgiving. I'll have so much of it. I'll be like, I just had 3 slices, Rob. Maybe I should go for a 4th. And then I'm like, then I'm done. Like 4 is enough.
Do you find, not to bring up drinking again, but drinking would almost temper my eating? Because I'm almost like, I went to that wedding and I literally said to myself, Weber, you can have as many cookies as you want. It's like, not, you know,
I'm gonna eat the cake.
I ate so many cookies. What about you, Jordan? What's
Yeah,
your go-to? Yeah.
I will say that since giving up booze, yeah, like I'll be like, fuck it, dude. There's a dessert table, like go for it, you know, like have fun. Because also the calories that I'm not consuming because I'm not drinking, it just justifies it.
I bought a container of chocolate chip cookies on my last grocery run, and they're just so good. The like from the bakery, you know, you can't get like the Chips Ahoy or anything that's like prepackaged and all that. These are like the fresh ones. Chocolate chip cookies are just god tier of sweets. It's so
Making
good.
me want a cookie right now.
Me too.
Maybe
Well,
I'll
can
bake
we
cookies with Leia
be-
tonight.
That
Sorry.
sounds so sweet. Do that. Post that. Let the people see that. But since this is coming out on Thanksgiving, why don't we talk about things that we're thankful for?
Oh, good direction.
What a way
Jordan.
to just reel us in. You
With a
got the two
phenomenal
chaos
hair.
junkies, one from the future, one from present times. And you just reeled us in. Okay, gratitude.
Thankfulness.
Thankfulness.
What are you thankful for?
I'll go first, if that's okay. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for this podcast. I really do look forward to it. I look forward to connecting with you both as friends. And I look forward to sharing our journeys with our audience. It makes me feel really good. I'm thankful for my daughter. She is literally the sole purpose of my existence. I'm thankful for this new chapter of kind of creative Rob, and it's not even a new chapter, it's an old chapter, but the page has turned onto it. And yeah, for my family and friends. Answers. ASMR gratitude.
Love that so much. Thank you so much.
Jordan, how about you?
Okay, I can go. Well, yeah, I'm really thankful for you guys and this opportunity to talk about our feelings and be honest and vulnerable.
Is ASMR just quiet?
Shy, like it's a lot of just like what you do is it's like you're tapping on different things and the way, and like you go like,
shit, I'm Googling ASMR right now.
yeah, it's just like different ways that but there is this like calming sounds that like just the lightness that maybe it's more like this than a whisper.
Yeah, that's tickling.
That's a better. Yeah, that's doing it more than
ASMR stands for autonomous sensory meridian response. What the fuck, meridian?
Totally.
A term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebumps sensation.
Yeah, like that.
To specific triggering audio or visual stimuli.
I wanted to call you Daddy just then for some reason.
Okay, what are we grateful for?
I'm very thankful for you guys and having this space and the encouragement from both of you to keep showing up. It's crazy that we've been doing this for 21 straight weeks. So that has been a really great and cool experience, to a side hustle that doesn't feel like a hustle. Like it just is truly enjoyable. And I'm very thankful for the evolving friendship that we have expanded on. So thank you for that. I'm thankful for my dogs for keeping me like committed and keeping me, getting me up in the morning, and just like, on a similar level to Rob with Leia, like there are times that I leave and I'm like, I'm doing this for us guys. Like this, I'm going into, this is for us. Like this is to better us. And so, I'm grateful for, and I'm thankful for that commitment that they have given me. I really needed that. I'm thankful for family, friends. I'm thankful for the snow and hopeful this ski season coming up. That should be really great. I'm hopeful to hit the mountains very, very, very soon. And I'm thankful for just my general health. The ups and downs of all of it, but like, there's been a lot of the flu's going around pretty intense, and obviously all the other, the thou shall not be named, that those cases and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, that's
Vida.
Yes. And so I'm very thankful for all of those positives in my life and the continuation of the next chapter into it. Oh, I don't even hear it. You guys are so quiet with those snaps. You gotta really just Webbs, take us home.
Okay, guys. Grateful for you two. I think you both put it very well. Jordan, you said the evolving relationships. I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that today of like, though we don't always reference the fact that we've all known each other for 10 plus years, I think I think based off what people say, I think they can feel that in how we talk. And so I'm really grateful for like the depth of all of our relationships and the things that we've been through and this season of it. I'm thankful for the pod that it's kept us in touch in a different way and how like natural it came about. This is I like don't want to sound, I don't know what the right adjective is, but like the truth is like I was sharing with the guys, like just like all of us, like my mind is it's nutty sometimes, and I really am grateful for purpose, like being able to do things or share things with people or do work with people. That definitely gets me out of my own way and really helps me. So I'm very grateful to feel like I have a purpose and we all have a purpose. I'm grateful to like explore this new chapter in Austin. I'm trying to go one step at a time. I'm grateful for a body and to still have like athletics in my life, and comedy. And I'm very grateful for loved ones. I'm grateful for this life. I really am. It's an awesome life. Like there's a lot of craziness. There's a lot of nuttiness. There's a lot of mayhem in the world, but this is an awesome life. And so I'm really grateful for that. I've been really grateful for food.
What does that mean? No, tell me more.
Like food's so good. And also like we just live in a time where, no, hear me out on this. We live in a time where we have like supermarkets with everything at your desire, but like the fact that actually we have everything at our fingertips of like all this ridiculous food that we get to eat and make and is pretty awesome. So I was just like some great gratitude for like whoever does all this, that we get that.
It makes me think, sorry to jump in, I have to bring this up, of people who are like, I'm a foodie, and it's like, I only like good food. And it's like, have you ever met someone who's like, that shitty restaurant down the street? Love that. That other shitty, but like, I love eating bad food. Like the people that are just like, I like this. It's like, yeah, food is fucking awesome. Good food, good meals.
Anytime anyone's ever been like, we're going to go to this like foodie restaurant or trendy, I just think I'm going to be hungry. That's like the only thought that passes through my head is like sick. It's going to be like a scallop on like a leaf and I'm going to be hungry.
Scallops are so tasty.
They are good.
I love scallops. I just, again, like this is coming out on Thanksgiving. Like it's such a holiday of sustenance and like overeating and just an incredible amount of abundance. And we have to be reminded that like this isn't like even in modern times or future times that Alex lives in, like this isn't the norm for hundreds of millions of people. Like I'm not like putting out a violin moment right now. I'm just saying,
it's
like,
good. It's perspective.
Hunger is like, there are people that are just so hungry
And we throw out plates of food. Just
I'm not even saying it in like we're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying like how fucking awesome it is that like we get to have these amazing meals with our families and just like eat 4 slices of pecan pie.
Yeah.
When there's somebody in Cambodia that like doesn't have food.
Dude, I haven't done this, but I keep having the idea too of like this, you're gonna laugh at this, but I don't think it's stupid. Of like just thanking a tree. Like just being like, yo, like truly from my heart, thank you for the oxygen. Like if you decided you don't want to do this anymore, we don't really have another option. So like, thank you so much. I'm sorry we're being bad to your soil. I'm sorry we're chopping you all down. Thank you for the air. I got to go do that at some point.
I do like that a lot. Also, Rob, I mean, it's probably someone down the block that might also not have food to eat. Like, I don't think you need to go that far to find it.
There's homeless people in where I live, and it's true. I want to like help them or just give them money or like a slice.
Do you want to next week? You kind of push yourself into this.
Yeah.
Maybe you go volunteer at a place in LA.
At like a food shelter.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I've done that over Thanksgiving. It's very valuable. I like that.
I've never actually done that. What are you doing, Jay? Are you making Zeus do ASMR?
I'm just letting him. Yeah, I'm seeing if he has anything that he wants to say.
I was gonna say message us.
Hear it.
I'll be honest. In terms of our live recording, I received. I want to add them up here. Okay, so if I count that one, it would be
divide it by 2. Carry the 3.
Would be 0 messages from people about where we should record. We have an audience. Don't stop listening. If you're listening, don't stop.
I got a couple
just
people
our parents
voting. I think open brainstorm here, but it would behoove us. Remember, we want the hoove.
Want the hoove.
Yeah, you want.
I think we're ready for some guests. And
I think that's where we're at.
I just don't know who they are. And again, if you're listening at home and you're cooking dinner, shout out to Rachel, who DM'd me saying I love listening to your podcast while I cook dinner. Shout out to you, Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel. Snaps to you. Snaps.
Let us like send us in any recommendations or like what.
But it needs to be a professional.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's a professional. It's not going to be just one of our friends.
All right, so we're all going to brainstorm and we're all going to reach out and probably right after Thanksgiving we'll have a guest on that episode.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. And if each of us gets one person to commit, that's 3 episodes right there. And I think it's going to just be so cool.
It's going to be
so cool.
Do you guys have any questions?
No. We're dry this week.
Yeah.
Just like Weber and I. So dry.
Are there any questions from your guys' lives you want to talk about?
I have so many questions, but we'll talk about that offline.
What do you What you don't want to just
No, there's just always questions in my life. There's chaos and questions and all that kind of stuff that
When does your light come? When does your seasonal depression light come?
That's going to change everything.
I just purchased it. It should arrive on Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
I'm very excited
big
for
is
that.
It? Is it just like a little?
It's a little personal one. It should be like, I'm going to put it on my, coffee table and do it in the morning when I'm writing my journal.
Do I eat it? Do I put my head in it? How do I feel better? Yeah.
Should I just get a full tanning bed? I have space over here in the side of my place. Can I just do that?
What if we do a quick once around? What makes you feel better? What's your go-to to like if you just need to feel better?
Yeah, this is our final thought for today's episode.
Final thoughts.
Eating soup.
I was not expecting that from you.
What kind? Do you like chunkier or more liquid?
Depending on the situation, but I would say like I'd like a hearty soup. I probably wouldn't go like a creamier one. Like I wouldn't like thinking of like a New England clam chowder or something like that, or like a broccoli and cheddar is not where I'd go. But
minestrone.
No, that's too like acidic and tomato.
Barley.
My grandma's split pea soup was my favorite. That was the best.
Grandmas are so good at making soups.
They just know what they're doing. Yeah. Or every now and then I just remember I would go and like to a Chinese restaurant and get a hot and sour soup.
Oh, those are good.
So good. Yeah. That's for me. That like something to warm me up, especially on these cold days. That's where I'm at.
Robbie Mack.
Bobby Westside loves I just exercising. It just helps, like getting my heart rate up, lifting something heavy, sweating, even going for a walk. I just, it works. It helps. So when I'm feeling, I follow this one guy on TikTok who he does these viral videos of just like, go to the fucking gym.
Yeah,
he like
I
spits
fall
out
into-
coffee.
Yeah.
He's like, go to the fucking gym. No, get your ass up and go to the fucking gym. And I like literally say that to myself when I'm just like, I'm a little sad boy. I want to go take a depression nap. And I'm like, go to the fucking gym, dude. And it helps.
Can we talk about we had a different recording date, and I'll tell you my feel good too, but we had a different recording date this week, and we showed up and somebody was missing. Was that was just a sleepy nap, or was that a depression nap?
That was like a sleepy nap. I was actually a little sick from my travels. I had a low grade fever the night before.
It didn't seem like depression.
Yeah, it was like I was sick. I'm still kind of getting over some sickness in the last 3 days. It wasn't, the depression naps usually happen at like 3 or 4. This was like an earlier in the day. I was just really tired.
Yeah.
But again, I
had that
sorry.
moment yesterday. Today I didn't. Yeah, but yesterday I had one where I like kind of had that moment where like I missed the window that I usually get up in. I think because of the phone. Well, I mean, not because of me looking at the phone. Thank you, therapy. But I like had that moment of like, oh, what if I just pulled up the covers and didn't engage in life today? You know what I mean? But I was like, but it didn't feel, I didn't do it because it wasn't like, oh, this would be a self-care thing. This was like, no, I'm going to feel terrible if I do this. Like, I'm going to feel really sad if I do this.
Sometimes I give in to that and I say, Rob, you're really tired. You're worn down, like sleep. And then some days I really do need to just be like, get your ass up, get your heart going.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, we're on the verge of like World War III. Like there's a lot going on in the world.
When have we not though? That's like,
exactly. It's
that may happen. That may not. We were even talking here a year ago. Like, I think the last year is like, the world's going to be the world. That's the only way I can say it. Like, I think we just need to take care of our immediate environments and the people that we interact with.
100%. I'm getting at a point of just like, it's okay to not be thriving right now.
Right.
That's, I don't know. It's okay. Like it's transitioning. The clocks got set back. Like you're seeing your fucking family that you don't want to see.
Yeah. Be kind to yourself. I think that's just the patience and the process of everything, of just taking it one day at a time. And I think hearing that of just like, dude, it's okay that it's, you know, the times where like momentum and everything's going your way is like, embrace that. And then the times that it's not, it's just like, okay, like power through, like one day at a time. You've gotten through this before, you'll get through it again.
Fuck yeah.
Love that.
My feel good is definitely like, I've never gone to the gym and felt worse. Like if I'm feeling sad or if I just need to like get things set or whatever, like not necessarily like doing a workout that's like, I don't, because most of my workouts are not like max out, whatever. Sometimes it's just like getting blood movement, you know, but that's not my answer. My answer is steam room. I freaking love steam rooms. I joined this gym in Austin because it was one of only 2 gyms in Austin that had steam rooms. I love steam rooms, to be
important
clear.
to know. Yeah.
So we've got soups, steams, and sexercise.
Just a soupy.
That sounds about right.
Guys, this has been a great episode. I'm sending so much love to both of you. And I hope you guys have just a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I'll text you both as soon as we hit stop record. Just to see what's up.
Never leaving ever.